Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex here. Today we are here with F1 2015 career mode / championship season. Basically F1 2014 career mode, but you race as a driver in real life, not your own driver that you create. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this career mode, guys. I actually did a vote about which team I should go for. It's really close between Toro Rosso and McLaren, but when I last checked, Toro Rosso was literally 1 or 2 votes ahead, so that's the team I'm going for here. And there's literally, I'm sure, millions of people are going to do Verstappen videos. I'm just going to go with Starks just to be a little bit different, but it doesn't really make any difference what driver you actually are in a team. But Toro Rosso, I think we did our F1 2012 career mode with Toro Rosso, so it's been a couple of years since we've done the Toro Rosso in career mode, so I'm looking forward to this. Obviously the 2015 Toro Rosso is a pretty decent car. So here we are then, guys. We are in Australia for the first race of the season, and one quick thing I want to notify you guys about is that I'm going to be doing an F1 2015 giveaway for you guys. Basically, we're going to be giving 1 copy away of either PC, Xbox One or PS4. We're going to be announcing the winner at the end of this month, so all you need to do is leave a comment in the comment section down below. Who is your favourite driver in F1 2015? And then I'll contact the winner at the end of the month, and obviously through YouTube or Twitter, and I'll tell you that you've won. And also, if this video can get to 3,000 likes, I'll be giving away 2 extra copies of the game. And I'm thinking you can be from anywhere in the world, but if you're on PS4 or Xbox One, I think you're going to have to be inside the, Great Britain, inside the United Kingdom. So yeah, that's the only restriction. If you're on PC, you can be from wherever in the world you are, but if you are on one of the consoles, sadly you're going to have to be inside the UK, just because otherwise I'm not going to be able to send it to you. But anyway, let's get to the practice session here, because I've decided to go for the short race weekend, which I think consists of 30-minute practice, 1-shot qualifying and 25% races. That's one thing that I've talked about on Twitter as well. Slightly disappointed about that you can't actually do like a 3 qualifying session and a 25% race. If you want to do a 25% race, you have to do 1-shot qualifying, which in my opinion is a little bit disappointing, but hey ho, that's what we got here. We're going to have to just go with that for this first race of the season. But you can see this is on PS4, so this is PS4 gameplay, guys. I'm not too sure whether you guys have seen any PC gameplay yet, because it doesn't unlock on Steam until tonight. So yeah, this is actually PS4 gameplay. I will be getting it on PC hopefully tomorrow. I've actually pre-ordered it on Steam and everything, so I'll be getting that tomorrow. But I'm going to start this career mode off here on the PS4, so hopefully you guys are enjoying the gameplay on the PS4, and hopefully it does look pretty nice. In my opinion, it does look very nice. Obviously capture with my Ava Media capture card, it should look very good. I've obviously turned up the bitrate and everything, so it should look really nice in terms of the quality. And let me know in the comment section down below as well, guys. Do you think this is an improvement graphically on F1 2014? Maybe go and back and have a look at one of my F1 2014 videos. Is there a difference? I don't know. Let me know what you think. But I think it is an improvement. Obviously, you'd hope so. It's a new engine and everything, so it does look really good in my opinion. But this is our practice lap. We did quite a few laps in practice. You can see here, this is our 3rd lap. This is our fastest lap that we're going to do. I think we did 4 or 5 laps in the end, but yeah, we just basically wanted to get a bit of a feel for the circuit, understand how the car responds. This is on heavier fuel load, I think like 10 or 12 litres, or was it 10 or 12 litres? I don't know, I think that's quite a lot. No, I think it was 10 or 12 laps, sorry. That was 10 or 12 litres. I was going to say, 10 or 12 litres probably won't last you anything in a Formula 1 car, but across the start finish line we finish in 9th place, just behind Ricciardo and just ahead of our teammate Verstappen, so not a bad place to be. And yeah, that's actually where we ended up in the standings as well. Well, sort of. We ended up just ahead of Verstappen, I should say, but we did drop a couple of positions as Maldonado and Kvyat did go faster. So that's the practice session. You can see there, guys, a bit of a gap back to the Marussias, the man of Marussias who are in the game. And a couple of people were saying in the previous videos that I've uploaded, I haven't got the updated McLaren livery, which is kind of weird, because I did download the update, so I was sort of like, surely it should be in there, but I'm guessing it's not. We'll see in this race, obviously, as well, whether it is in there as well. But let's head over to David Croft and Anthony Davidson to quickly talk through qualifying.
Welcome to Melbourne, where qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix should be getting underway shortly. We'll soon learn the true performance of these cars out on track. What can we expect to see in the following session?
Well, I think we're all expecting the Mercedes power unit to be particularly strong this year, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them at the front. But I wouldn't discount Red Bull or Ferrari just yet. We know they have the talent and the resources to react to any problem, so although they may be playing catch-up, I would expect them to bring some major upgrades pretty early, maybe before we even get back to Europe.
Right then guys, the pressure is on. It is qualifying, our one and only chance to set a lap time. We get to choose what tyres we want to be on. Obviously we want to go for those option tyres. They'll gain us probably about a second over the primes. But anyway, we start our lap time here. Heading to turn 1, obviously in the rich fuel mixture, braking late into turn 1. But we missed our braking point up a little bit there and go quite wide through that first turn, looking up that front right. And that's lost us quite a bit of time there. You can see we're currently in 20th place. We're currently slowest through these first couple of corners, even behind the two Manor Marushas, which isn't exactly what you want. You can see just in front there, that's what Lewis Hamilton is doing. It's a little bit in front of us here. We run slightly wide over the curves on the right hand side here. Just getting through the apex there of that corner, hitting the curb. That's probably just about right. Now we're in 18th place through that first sector. What, 1.2 seconds is that down on Lewis Hamilton through that first sector? So that isn't very good whatsoever in that first sector. But now we've climbed up a couple of positions here. You can see about P12 now. That's pretty decent. That's back where the Toro Rosso probably should be, fighting just on the edge of the top 10, you know, outside or inside the top 10. That's sort of where Toro Rosso have been throughout this whole season. Obviously they've had a quite good couple of qualifying results here and there, but then so they've had some pretty bad ones as well. So P9 we're up to now. We're just, you know, right into the top 10 now. I mean, if we'd finished in 9th place in the race, we'd get points, obviously. So if we started 9th place in this race, that would be really good. But now we're up to P8 now, so we've gained another place. Now up to P7. So this Toro Rosso is really working well in these last two sectors here. You know, what could have been if we hadn't messed up that first turn there. But through the last, or the penultimate turn I should say, and then into the last turn, we'd go back down to 8th place, as I think it's Daniel Ricciardo. We look at the timing screens at the end here. He has just got us on the line, which is a bit unfortunate, but gotta say, considering we locked up at turn 1, that isn't exactly a bad qualifying result. You can see the team are happy. Look at the facial detail on these drivers and the team members. It's just so much better than it was in F1 2014. But anyway guys, let's head over to Anthony Davidson and David Croft for the race preview.
Hello and welcome from Albert Park, Australia for today's race. And I think it's shaping up to be a classic. It's a great position for Lewis Hamilton to start the season from, and one that he'll be hoping he can capitalise on and turn into a race win today.
Well, we all know that Lewis has raw speed, and if you give him a fast car, he'll win races. So if he can stay out front by the end of the first few corners, I'm sure he's going to be very difficult to beat.
How does Nico Rosberg go about finding the time he was lacking at the end of qualifying in today's race?
Well, he's got to stay within touching distance of the lead during the first stint and then look to capitalise as the car becomes lighter and the tyre degradation eases.
Right then guys, here it is, the Australian Grand Prix. We're looking forward to our first race in our F1 2015 career mode. You've seen the slightly better introduction to the races in this career mode now, but let's get to the race, the bit that you guys want to see. The lights are out, quick light change there, and away we go. Heading up to turn number 1 here, we stay in the standard fuel mixture. There's cars weaving about all over the place behind us, but heading to turn 1, looks like we've got Hulkenberg to our inside. There's contact in front, sparks flying between Daniel Ricciardo and Romain Grosjean. Heading down to the second turn here in Australia, it looks like we're going to be staying in 9th place, and Ricciardo is just going to be straight in front of us here. Romain Grosjean battling with Felipe Massa in front of him, but looks like for the moment we stay in 9th place here. That's 2 points if we stay in this place towards the end of this race, but looks like now we are looking to challenge Daniel Ricciardo around the outside. No, don't want to go around the outside there. That would most definitely be resulting in an accident if we tried our best to go around the outside there. But anyway, we've got many more opportunities to try and get past Daniel Ricciardo and maybe Romain Grosjean in these next couple of laps here in Australia. Obviously a 15-lap race, many opportunities. It's a track where it's never that easy to overtake. It's normally the first couple of corners on the track where you can go for overtakes, but you never know. F1 2015, new AI, may be a better place to overtake, but this is a place where they don't see many overtakes in real life. We go one way then the next to try and get past Daniel Ricciardo late on the brakes. But do we go around the outside of him? It's going to be close on the exit, but we do. We get the move on Daniel Ricciardo. We're up into 8th place, and now we've got Romain Grosjean obviously with his Mercedes power in the back of that Lotus now. It's going to be a little bit tougher to overtake him, obviously, because the Mercedes power is a little bit more powerful in a straight line than the Renault that was in Daniel Ricciardo's car. Hamilton goes and sets the fast lap of the race on the first lap of the race, but Daniel Ricciardo's challenging us now. He goes for a very violent move to the inside, He goes down the inside, does he? Oh, it's very close as we go through turn 1, but no contact is made. Ricciardo with a really ambitious move down the inside, but he made it work. And as we headed into turn 1, he was nearly, well, he was alongside me, wasn't he? But he couldn't quite keep the speed through the corner. We took the wide line in, and luckily for us, we do manage to keep our P8 now. And now we've got to try and chase down Romain Grosjean in that Lotus. I'm surprised to see such a big difference in the pace between Romain Grosjean in his Lotus and Pastor Maldonado. I'm assuming if the driver's performance is based on the first couple of races, that is why Grosjean is so much ahead of Maldonado, because Maldonado in real life now is quite close to Grosjean in terms of race pace. But anyway, we don't need to worry about that. We're ahead of Maldonado now, and if we finish in this 8th place here, that's 4 very good points we could take home here in the Toro Rosso. Maybe going to this weekend, I didn't expect it, but I've got to say, guys, I really got used to this car. It's really nice to drive. It's got quite a lot of downforce, actually. It's not too good in a straight line, but it's got quite a lot of downforce, which I quite like, actually, having the downforce over straight line speed. Maybe you'd say differently, but I think the downforce is nicer to have around this track, at least. Maybe we get to a track like Monza, it's going to be pretty tough to keep up with the guys in front, and maybe it's going to be a track where we struggle for points. And you know, the tracks like that and Spa are ones I really do enjoy, so maybe that's going to be a tough weekend for us. But I'm sure we'll find a way. Maybe editing the setup to have literally no downforce might help us out in those races. But anyway, lap number 3 here. We did a 1:31 on that lap time there, which isn't too bad for me. And we're heading down up to 7th place here, apparently. Who did we overtake? It's actually Raikkonen. Raikkonen's pulled off to the side of the track, you can see just there, and we were looking at him and we missed our braking point. We've gone off the track there. We were too busy looking at Kimi Raikkonen off the track, and we completely overshot our braking point there. We've gone down a couple of positions there behind Ricciardo and Hulkenberg, but I think someone's pitted as well, because we're still in 8th place, and obviously there's 2 cars gone back in front of us here. Obviously one would make sense from the Raikkonen thing, but there's another one there for the, somebody must have pitted or something, and hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt us later on in the race, obviously, if they get a good run on those tyres. But right up behind Hulkenberg this time, we should be able to make a move on him. But this part of the track here, Hulkenberg in his Force India with that Mercedes power is just so much faster than us. Luckily we've got the slipstream. Oh, it's trying to go down the inside of Nico Hulkenberg there. That wasn't working out, but now we are in the slipstream of Hulkenberg. We should be going for a move down the inside. We're looking one way, then the next. Going late on the brakes. Yes, we are. We go past him up into P7 there. And P7 was actually what we hold until the next lap, which Hulkenberg comes to move down the inside. He gets that position, and Hulkenberg comes back at us where the part of the track pretty much will be overtook him. But all this contact, this is our pit lap here, and we went a little bit too side by side there with Hulkenberg, and that's dropped us down a position once again. And now Verstappen goes around the outside, does he? We've completely destroyed our tyres here. We're locking up, we're just sliding all over the place. These tyres have absolutely no grip, and we're looking really now to get rid of these tyres and get onto the prime compound tyres, which is what we're going to do any second now when we go into the pit lane here and go and surrender our 8th place, because surely people will go around for another lap. I think already we see, no, Naz's behind us. Obviously my teammate Verstappen, sorry, should have gone around for another lap. And we're going to the pit lane here. Can we spot the McLaren overalls? Have we already gone past them? I'm not too sure. But anyway, into the Toro Rosso pit box here, we can see we've got the Lotus guys in front of us there. That's Maldonado. And it looks like we've got the Sauber guys just to our right-hand side as well. But on the pit limiter, as we go out the pits here, we're going to have Hulkenberg just in front of us here. We do cross that yellow line, but luckily I don't think we get a penalty, which is surprising. There's another yellow flag out there. What's happened? Oh, once again we mess up our braking point into turn 1 on the cold tyres. That's something we definitely need to watch out for. That's Perez. Sergio Perez is out of the race as well, so we're down. Oh, is he out of the race? I don't know. What happened to Raikkonen? I'm really confused, because obviously there's 20 cars in this race, but we've seen 2 cars pull off to the side. So what is happening here? Did one of those cars keep going? I am not sure, but I'll take it anyway. We're past Perez and Raikkonen, unless it's a glitch, which will be really confusing. But anyway, Hulkenberg just in front of us here, and we can look to go past him. We've got such a good run through this corner, trying to go around the outside. No, that's not going to quite work here. Sparks flying once again down the inside of Hulkenberg. He's leaving us a gap. We're going to go for it. Yes, we are. Up into 13th place. Now, Romain Grosjean is the car in front of us here. Oh, no, he isn't. Stevens is, but that's people in the pit lane there, so we're inevitably going to gain some positions. But, oh, Verstappen's jumped us in the pit stop, has he? He's going down to turn 1 in front. He's in 8th position, but he's so slow through that first corner. We get past him, up into 8th place, and that is exactly what you want to do. But got to say, guys, the rest of this race wasn't exactly the most exciting thing in the world, because you can see here on the 14th, going on to the 15th lap of the race here, we are just behind Hamilton, because Hamilton, he must have been that driver that stopped early in the race, if you remember that. For some reason, he stopped twice in this race, and Hamilton, after surely being in the contention for the win, is now battling over 7th position, and well, maybe 6th position if he can catch Grosjean in front here. But we've actually put in some good pace in the second half of the race. The prime tyres, definitely good for us in this game by the look of it, so we could keep up the pace a lot better in this. Obviously, we used a bit of the rich fuel mixture in the second stint as well, guys, but really there was no action whatsoever to show you in the second half of the race. After the pit stop, obviously, we overtaken Hulkenberg, which has now been overtaken by Verstappen as well, which I suppose is good for the Toro Rosso team. But I'm surprised, really, because literally no action whatsoever. We were faster than Grosjean in the second half of the race. I mean, we had a couple of corner cuts, but no penalties, which is good. Checker flags out for Nico Rosberg. I think, yes, Nico Rosberg wins the race, and with his championship contender Hamilton down in 7th place here, I mean, he could get past, no, it's not Rosberg, sorry. He could get past, who is it? I completely forgot now. Grosjean. He could get past Grosjean in these last couple of corners if he's good, but I don't think he's quite close enough here. But there's going to be a big gap between Rosberg and Hamilton. Anyway, I lost my train of thought here, but yeah, anyway, it's going to be a really good race for us here with the Toro Rosso finishing in 8th place and 9th place. You could say we could have done a lot better here, but the race pace was definitely there. We didn't make a couple of slight mistakes in this race. Honestly, I think we could have been battling with Grosjean, but overall, guys, I'm extremely happy with that race there. We got up to the start-finish line there to finish in 8th place and bring home 4 solid points for my side of the garage, and Max Verstappen will bring home, I think, 2 points, was it? I think he finished in 9th place. I think he'll bring home 2 points for the 9th place there. Look how realistic that looks. I mean, honestly, that doesn't look like, it doesn't look like a game, does it? It looks really realistic, which is good to see. But there we are. There's the Australian Grand Prix. We gained a couple of, we gained 1 position, didn't we? Wait, where did we start in the race? I'm really confused now. I really don't even know. I'm confusing myself now. It looks like we started in 9th place. I swear we started in 8th. I don't even know. I'm confusing. Anyway, we finished in 8th, which is what matters. 4 points, 40 seconds behind the leader, Rosberg. And look at the lap times. We were a little bit faster, actually, than Grosjean in that race. So yeah, I'm really happy with this race, guys. I thought I drove not too badly whatsoever. But anyway, remember, you've still got your chance to win a copy of F1 2015, guys. Remember to leave that comment down below. And also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, that would be really appreciated. I'm aiming for 50,000 subscribers this year. And if you can help me out by subscribing to the channel, or maybe sharing it with friends and just as many people as possible to help this channel out, I really would appreciate it. It really does mean a lot to me. This is a hobby for me, but, you know, I really enjoy interacting with you guys, you know, reading your comments and everything. So if you want to do that, that would be really appreciated. And hopefully by giving away a copy of F1 2015 and hopefully a couple of extra copies of this game, if it reaches 3,000 likes this video, you know, hopefully that's giving something back. And also, if you don't win the giveaway, guys, there will be many more giveaways in the future, so don't worry about that. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, because I did. Anyway, it's been Axel out here. Goodbye.